Imagine the United States without its constitution. What would that look like? Hard to envision, isn't it? In 1751, James Madison, the eldest of 12, was born into a Virginia tobacco farming family. His voracious appetite for learning led him to the College of New Jersey, presently Princeton University. There he excelled in languages and philosophy. This young man, nurtured amidst Virginia's tobacco fields, carried a vision. From the early days amidst the tobacco fields of Virginia, a young man emerged, his mind brimming with ideas and a vision that would, in time, shape the very future of a nation yet to be born. Every great journey begins with a single step, and for Madison, step was taken in the Virginia state legislature. He quickly made a name for himself as an advocate for religious freedoms. His partnership with Thomas Jefferson was pivotal, their shared shaping a nascent nation. Their work left a lasting mark on history. However, Madison's true destiny was yet to unfold, awaiting him at the Constitutional Convention. But it was his role in the creation of the U.S. Constitution that would forever etch Madison's name in the annals of history. 1787, Philadelphia, the Constitutional Convention, a pivotal moment not just for the United States but for the world. Among the delegates, James Madison shined. He arrived with a vision for a balanced federal system. His solution was the Virginia Plan, a blueprint for a government with power divided among three branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. This plan proposed a bicameral legislature, balancing power between states. With modifications, it became the foundation for the United States Constitution. Madison was central in defining the powers and intricate checks and balances of the federal government, earning him the title Father of the Constitution. However, he knew the Constitution needed explicit protections for individual rights to prevent government overreach. His next project, a Bill of Rights, would guarantee fundamental rights and for all Americans. But that's a tale for another scene. For now, let's celebrate James Madison, the architect of the Constitution, whose vision for a balanced federal system continues to shape the United States to this day. Imagine a nation without the freedom of speech, religion, or the right to a fair trial. Sounds dystopian, doesn't it? What if this was the United States? The scenario was changed by James Madison, known as the father of the Constitution. Madison saw a flaw in the new Constitution: lack of explicit protections for individual rights. He saw this as a threat to democracy and decided to remedy it. This led to the birth of the Bill of Rights, 10 amendments largely drafted by Madison. Dedicated to the cause, he wrote essays to explain their importance, gained support from the public and the Founding Fathers. His relentless efforts led to the adoption of the Bill of Rights in 1791, guaranteeing freedoms such as speech and religion, establishing principles like separation of powers and checks and balances. With the Bill of Rights, Madison had safeguarded the liberties of every American, yet his journey was far from over. The War of 1812, a test of resilience for a young nation. At its helm, a leader with unyielding commitment to the Constitution. James Madison, the fourth U.S. president, guided the nation through this formidable conflict. His presidency was indelibly marked by the war, but also by significant developments that shaped America's future. The establishment of the Second Bank of the United States was a central achievement, promoting economic stability and growth. Madison's presidency also oversaw the admittance of new states into the Union, reinforcing the federal system and the Constitution's strength. His steadfast belief in a balanced federal system and individual rights and liberties were his presidency's hallmarks. As president, Madison proved that a balanced and effective federal government was more than just a theory, it was a reality. Over 2 centuries later, Madison's influence on American law and politics remains undeniable. His vision of democratic government profoundly shaped our Constitution. His Virginia Plan, debates, and commitment to a balanced federal system were key to its formation. And the Bill of Rights? Madison drafted many amendments advocating for their adoption to safeguard our rights. His presidency reflected his unwavering commitment to the principles in the Constitution. His leadership in the War of 1812, his establishment of the Second Bank of the United States, and his admission of new states to the Union all showcase this commitment. His influence is ever present. When we exercise our right to free speech, vote, or enjoy the protections of due process, we are living Madison's vision. His dedication to democracy, balance of power, and individual rights continues to shape our nation. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, a man whose intellect and vision continue to guide and protect the United States, ensuring it remains a beacon of democracy and freedom.